I got pictures of chicks sucking cock and naked asses in the CMS email.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the reason is, but
let me take a look. For research.
Oh, these are. Oh, I see what this is. Okay, I gotcha.
What are they?
They're from Chris the Cop.
Oh yeah, he was going to send the pictures over. Let me look at that.
Can you tell me anything about this?
Did you not hear his segment last week?
I did hear a lot of it
when he started talking about how and why he bangs fat chicks.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, this makes sense now. These girls aren't majorly fat. They're a little chunky, but they're not like beasts.
Let me look here. Let me get to the gmail.com.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on here.
Let's see what this is.
I want to see, because he made it sound like he was, like they were all fucking nicknamed Dumbo.
No. They're not beasts. They're a little chunky, but they're not like horrific.
Let's take a look here. Let me be the judge of that.
All
Neely.
right.
Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. Is it just more pics?
Yes. Well, the one below it.
All right, let's see the one below it.
It says pics from Chris the Cop.
All right, this one looks a little chunky. The one that has whore written.
Yeah, but she's not like Rhonda.
No, she's not like Rhonda, but I like the WH on one ass cheek, the RE on the other, with her asshole being the O.
Exactly.
That's pleasant.
Sure.
What is this guy doing? Oh, here's another one with this guy's dick. Is his dick in her ass?
Yeah.
And she's licking her pussy?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yep.
Or it's the other way where she's licking her ass and fucking the pussy, and the guy is fucking the pussy. I think it's the other way, isn't it? I can't tell in that picture.
I'm going to take a closer look.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Let me inspect this just a little closer.
Well, we got to give commentary for the show.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
I'll tell you exactly.
All right, give me the. I think the dick is in the pussy.
Yeah. The dick is in the pussy, and she's definitely licking ass.
Licking some ass.
Yeah, that's it. She's tossing the salad back there.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now the picture number 3. Those are some big girls.
But they're not like,
Stop it. Come on, Neely. I'm a fat piece of shit now, and I'm calling these ones fat. The one on the right?
Yeah, she's chunky, but she's not like Rhonda.
Chunky how? She's fat.
But she's not Rhonda.
No, she's not Rhonda.
That's what I'm saying. I'm using Rhonda as the
benchmark.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here's some more. Let's see. I just went to the more pics.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. All right, the black girl's not fat.
Mm-mm.
She's a couple extra pounds, but she's not fat. Picture number 2. Yeah.
She's the same girl from that other photo, I think.
Yeah, we've seen her before.
Mm-hmm.
This one with the
tattoo across her belly.
Yeah. She's not fat at all. I don't think she's fat at all.
No, I don't think so. She's just thick.
And that tattoo is ridiculously bad. Ugh. Wow, and the other one is absolutely cute.
Yeah. It's like she got the drawn on eyebrows, though.
Yeah, she does have the fake eyebrows, but that's a pretty picture of her sucking cock.
And then the blonde one, she's pretty hot.
Yeah, she's not bad either.
Mm-hmm. I don't look at these girls as being fat chicks.
This is not as gnarly as I was thinking.
Yeah.
I might have thought it was a little more gnarly last week on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Are they models? No, they're not models, but they're not hideous either.
No, but for a hookup, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
That's not bad at all.
Sure.
You out at the bar, it's 2:00. You need to fucking leave your nut on some girl's tongue? Pick one of those. I'm with them. I'm completely with them on that. I would certainly leave my tongue on any one of these fine ladies, tits or tongues or whatever.
Right.
Sure. Pretty hot.
Okay, fair enough. Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Neely? It's Chris.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
I heard you talking about the pictures.
Yeah, we are looking at the pictures. The way that you spelled it out, calling in, it's like you were banging wildebeest or something, and none of these girls fit that description at all.
No, John and Chris turned it into a joke. I said I date and I get with cute, chubby chicks, and that's what they are.
Yeah, they're chubby chicks, but they're not like beasts or anything.
The only one you sent what, 10 pictures here, Chris?
I think I sent about 10, yeah.
And I think the only one of the 10 that really is a wildebeest, I don't care what Neely says, is the picture, the girl on the right in the picture where you have the two girls with their their asses up in the air. That girl looks like she could fucking take out half a Golden Corral.
She actually wasn't that big. She's actually a really cute girl, that girl. But not, I don't know. They're not
were you using a special lens then, or what?
Just the iPhone, man.
She looks big.
No, but I told you, I want them to be cute, and they're all cute, so that's all I care about. But I like them chubby.
Clarify this picture, dude. Clarify what was going on here in the picture where your dick is in the girl's pussy and the other girl is eating her ass at the same time. How'd you work that out?
I have a full video of that if you want me to send that to you.
Oh, yeah, send it on over, dude. That's what I want to see. I want to watch you fuck this chick while another one's eating an ass. That's what I want. Stop it.
And they were close friends. Those two girls were good friends.
Can I forward it to Mina Caputo for you?
Oh, man. No, I heard you talk about it. I just wanted to clarify it.
Yep. No, you're right, dude. You're definitely right. Those in the surrounding that you set up last week, where you just want to get laid and it's there, and they're goers. Any one of those is fine. They're definitely not nearly as wildebeest as I was thinking.
No, it's like they're not. I'm not, and I wouldn't be embarrassed to be seen in public with them. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah. I don't blame you here, dude. Not bad at all.
No, but I've had others that are really, really bad. They just don't let me take their picture.
Dude, this one with the painted on, like the painted on eyebrow, I guess.
Oh,
She's not fat. She's hot, face. Right?
No, she's not. She was a bigger girl too, believe it or not. A lot of these girls have like thinner faces, but then their bodies are a little chubby.
Oh, she got a great face.
Yeah, she was like a young rocker chick. She was crazy though, that chick. She got like 10 cats.
10 cats?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a little wacky. Oh, and then the blonde is the one I told you the story about. Her husband was like the COO of the major like food chain in the Northeast. That's the wife that I told you about, with the kid with the hearing aid.
All right, yeah.
And the one that you said has the bad tattoo above her pussy.
Yeah,
that's her. Yeah.
Was that the same girl?
That's the same girl, dude.
All right, she's hot, but that tattoo is awful.
Yeah, she got that. She has that. She's a fake kid. She's got the clit pierced. She's got the husband spent a lot of money on fixing her up.
Well, he needs to spend another $1,000 and get that tattoo removed.
I agree. And then we have the random black chick that I handcuffed.
Yeah. She's not fat. Not really. Got a couple pounds.
Yeah, and then you ever crack open a black chick, Chris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely fucked me some black chicks.
Oh, the pussy looks like a strawberry Charleston chew.
Wow.
So.
Well, we always appreciate when the CMS fans like to share.
Oh, yeah. That's why, I wish you were around last week, Neely. We had a nice little discussion about my crazy lifestyle.
Well, I heard it. I listened to it. Obviously I was out and about, but I did listen and I did hear it.
All right. I know, Neely, I had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
About Eddie Trunk and Dokken.
Okay.
Like, what's the story with him always, like, being like he's the guy that's going to be introducing Dokken, and I'm flying to this show to introduce Dokken, and I'm flying to that show to introduce Dokken. Like, what's his relationship with them?
Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with the band. It has to do with the promoter. The promoter actually pays Eddie Trunk as a guest celebrity to be the guy to walk out on stage and introduce these bands.
Yeah, but who in the audience cares?
I don't know, but the promoters, we'll have to ask our friend Justin Murr, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He's bringing Eddie Trunk in for his 3-day fest, his Skull Fest. For the same.
Do you think anyone in that audience who pays $50 for a ticket cares? They're like, I'm not going unless Eddie Trunk introduces the band?
Well, no, it's not only that, but Eddie does a meet and greet, and he does bring his books with him, his whole, and he'll sit there and do a meet and greet and a book signing and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I went to a KISS convention 3 years ago. Okay, Eddie Trunk was there. He had his boots set up with his books, and it was like Spinal Tap. He sat there with a pen in his hand, and no one walked over to him.
Well, again, this doesn't have anything to do with Dokken at all. It's just that Dokken is booked by the same management, and they book Eddie Trunk to come in on these engagements, and I think he's going to be at Loudon Lima, right, Chris?
He's going to be at Loudon Lima.
Yeah,
too.
So he's going to be there to MC or introduce the bands or whatever in July. Chris and I and a couple other people are going to go over there to this thing, but Eddie is going to be there as well.
But that's a great gig, no?
A lot of flying. That's a lot of flyouts. But
how much do you think he's getting paid for that?
What do you think, Neely? $2,500?
I was thinking $3.
$3,000?
Yeah.
That's a nice deal to fly in and out on a weekend and watch music.
Yeah. But the guy, the guy was on TV. I mean, TV makes the difference of everything. If you were on TV, even as the most minor of celebrities, you can book those kind of gigs.
I went. He had done. They had done a that metal show, a live that metal show at a club in New Jersey called the Starland Ballroom, and they did it. And then Jackal wound up playing, and I wound up playing Stump the Trunk, and I stumped him, and he wouldn't admit that I stumped him. He's like a little cunt.
Well, I've heard that, and the weird thing is that I've had this weird relationship with Eddie because I've come across his path a half a dozen times over the last, say, 4 years, and he acknowledges me, but he sort of stays away. But recently, well, as recent as last week, I knew he was there, and I got up on the side stage when Dokken came up, and he made a beeline right over to me and shook my hand, and it's like, hey, it's good to see you again. How are you? Everything going okay? Just like real cordial. And I was just like, wow, this is Eddie Trunk coming over and say hello to me,
You know what it is, Neil? It's like me I listen to Eddie's podcast too, and I just feel like you and Chris come off as the guy that you can sit at the bar with and have a couple of beers and shoot and talk metal with. And I think Eddie kind of thinks he's above that because he's the friend of the stars kind of guy.
Yeah, well, there's some truth to that though.
Unreal.
Yeah, because
so I had one other question.
I'll make you this deal, Chris. If you come to the bar and you throw the credit card down, I'll drink with you all night long.
and I'll bring a fat chick.
Yep, bring her on.
So I have one other question. Do you know what the deal with John Sykes is? He supposedly was supposed to have the Kotzen role in the Winery Dogs. And do you know what the deal was when he backed out? They said, I know Portnoy said Sykes is too lazy and he didn't want to rehearse and yada yada. You know that whole story?
I've heard that.
I've heard from several people, not that Sykes is kind of a prima donna. And that, he's just got that attitude that, I'm John Sykes. I'm a virtuoso guitarist. I've got a legacy. I played with Whitesnake. I was in Thin Lizzy. I did this. I did that. I'm a solo artist. It's kind of Yngwie Malmsteen-ish almost. Ego.
Really?
It's a lot.
Still has a career.
It's a lot of ego, though.
I mean, I love him. I think I love Blue Murder, but I mean, Ingray still has somewhat of a career. Like, what's the last thing that John Sykes has done?
Yeah, but John Sykes signed a fat deal for Blue Murder.
Really?
Yep, that's why he did it, because he got paid a huge. The way I heard it, the way I sort of remember it, was that the reason Sykes knew he didn't want to be in Whitesnake anymore, and he worked that out and got a fat fucking deal. So he's got the money, and then he toured. How many years was he in Thin Lizzy? Nearly 10.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was in it. Wasn't he? He was in like the late version, and then he was in it forever. And so they toured, and he was
fronting it for a while.
Yeah. He was, and the thing is I've talked to David Coverdale on a couple of occasions. The question often comes up because of the success of that self-titled Whitesnake release from '87. Well, would you ever play with John Sykes again? Well, David Coverdale, he does not like John Sykes at all. He calls him a snake, and untrustable, and just all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. I think it's just that whole prima donna attitude. I've never heard any real positive things about John. I've never talked with the guy before, but the things that I've heard from other people who have worked with him, they never have anything really nice to say.
I mean, he's a talented guy.
There's no doubt about it.
Wow. All right. Because I know Eddie Trunk, that was like his thing. He was putting together Sykes and Portnoy and Billy Sheehan, and then Sykes dropped out, and then Kotzen won. And they kind of like boosted Kotzen's career a little bit, me and Winery Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Although he's also talented too, Kotzen.
Yeah. Although now Kotzen is like, I don't know if I want to. We're gonna take time off so I can do my solo record. It's like, dude.
Right.
What are you doing? The iron was hot with the Winery Dogs. What are you stopping for?
No, absolutely, absolutely. And Neely, I have 3 questions for you. How did Loverboy fit into that whole festival?
I think it's just the 80s vibe. I think that's basically it. I did not get to see them. They played on Friday night. I didn't get in till late.
Loverboy was at M3?
Yeah, they played on Friday night.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they, I think it was Winger and Loverboy and Kicks, and I can't remember who else played on Friday, but they played the Friday night
Vince
show.
Neil?
No, Vince Neil wasn't there.
Okay.
But, they played the Friday night show. Serena saw him.
And her review was?
Well, she said they sounded good, but Mike Reno just looks awful.
He looks like Nancy Wilson now. She must have rubbed off on him from that video they did together.
Nancy Wilson looks better than Mike Reno these days. At least
did she get the gastric bypass?
Yeah, she's lost all that weight. She's actually as thin as her sister now.
She's not fuckable.
She must have got that lap band.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to fuck her anymore.
No, the sister's always been cute though. The blonde, no?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nancy's always been hot.
She's always been hot.
God bless them.
She's always been hot, and Ann's always been sweaty hot.
But she's not like that anymore.
Well, all right, guys. I'm glad. I just want to say hello. I'm glad you guys got the picture.
Yeah, I'd bang any one of those chicks.
You know what? Even the black one, Neely? I know you're afraid of the STDs.
Yeah, I am. I might have to eliminate that one.
Well, that's why I had a handcuff, because she was used to that.
Norge would not be happy if I said that I'd bang purple pussy.
Oh, man. No, that's the other thing. I was telling Chris and John last week, you got to be careful with some of these bigger girls, too, because, the black guys like them. You gotta be like, no. Listen, I knew this one fat girl. She had more hands on her tits than the hood of a cop car.
Jesus.
Wow.
So, you got to be careful.
All right. Well,
guys.
This is the classic racist show after all.
No. I didn't say the N-word. I said black.
Right.
I'm keeping it politically correct.
Nice.
All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Have a good night and hail and kill.
All right, well, thanks for the photos.
You got it, boys. Motherfuckers!
Look at that. We got cops or ex-cops who enjoy the show.
Of course we do. I'd like to send us their brutal fucking pictures.
Exactly.